Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies from Nerds and the Bully. Me host Leroy, aka your favorite neighborhood wall crawler, with my co-host.
Yeah, this is Eli, aka Juicy Jonah Jameson.
There you go. That is the most 2021 version you made so far. Yeah, and we're back with another episode, and yeah, we're just gonna jump right into it. Like I say, no tomfoolery this time. We're gonna be center focused this time. That's what we're gonna do this time. So, for those that don't know what we're gonna talk about this episode, we're going. It should be in the big banner. We're gonna talk about Spider-Man, Spider-Man: No Way Home, and full disclaimer: we are going to do spoilers. We're going to spoil the shit out of this movie. I know there are people who haven't seen it yet, can't get tickets, can't do whatever. So if you're watching this podcast, you clicked on it and you get mad at us for spoiling it, that's your fault. Completely your fault.
You pretty much can't go anywhere on the internet without it getting spoiled, anyways.
Exactly. Let's talk about that for a second because I actually went on you. Okay, before I saw the movie on Thursday night. I dodged Facebook. I dodged Twitter. No spoilers whatsoever. I went on YouTube. And it was on the front page. You know where you just open up YouTube?
Yeah,
It was
same
on
here.
it was on the home page. Picture, spoiler, title of what the spoiler was. I'm like, what the I didn't click it or anything. I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah, a thumbnail of the spoiler, right?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it
Yeah,
later on. I just want to make sure that people know what we're getting into before we get into
yeah.
it. So spoilers, yeah, Jay. So that's why I don't get this social media thing. Like we're gonna wait 2 weeks before we spoil. Why? Twitter has every single frame of this movie up right now in 4K resolution. There is no reason to sit there wait for 2 weeks for this thing to come out. Spoilers everywhere. 616 man, what it do? Spoilers everywhere. Wish y'all be with the street. Stay prayed. Yeah, your way best with strength. Yeah, producer AMU, stay. What up? So yeah, so that's what's going on
Folks
right
in the
now.
house. Yeah.
Yeah, so like I said, now normally when we talk about these comic book movies, we try to like a big production, trying to go like deep details like that. With Shang-Chi and Eternals and Suicide Squad, we give you a quick wiki, page of what everybody was doing. Okay, this person was made in 1966, and this person did that. This is Spider-Man. We don't have to give you details on
Yeah.
Spider-Man. You know who the fuck Spider-Man is. Hawkeye spoiled for me this week. Oh, Jake, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I'm sorry. Hawkeye got spoiled for you. That's why if I don't get a chance to watch Hawkeye and at 2 o'clock in the morning, I fall asleep, I go full blackout mode until I get a chance to watch it. Because that was a pretty big spoiler, and we may or may not talk about that this week. But until then, we're just gonna jump into it. So, first beginning of the podcast, we're gonna bring back a classic that people, long time listeners, have been asking us to bring back. We're gonna bring it back this time. We're gonna
They
bring
want
back.
the greatest hits. They like
They
our
want
they
the
like our
greatest hits. Eli,
yeah.
we're forgetting where we came from.
Yeah.
We got to get back to
Forgetting.
our roots.
It's like Tone Loc not playing Funky Cole Medina.
Exactly.
I got some new shit for you.
Right. Nobody wants to hear your new shit. We want to hear the old shit, the classics. So let's bring it back. So what we're talking about is the box office numbers. For those that have listened to us for a long time, we actually should start every single podcast off with the box office numbers. But that was before people stopped going to the movies. So it's kind of like
Before
no
lockdown,
point.
yeah.
Before lockdown. So now we decided to bring that back because we're getting
we kind of got used to not doing the box office every.
Exactly. Back that ass up. Nobody want to hear Juvenile play anything else but back that ass up. Exactly. Thank you, Jay. So yes, let's jump into it. So Eli, let's bring back the classic. Give it to me. What was the number one movie of the week?
A Disney movie.
Technically, but not really. Yeah, well, we'll talk about that in a second.
Comic book movie, a theme ride movie.
There you go, a theme park movie, an event movie. And you know what? Yes. And we're going to get into the theme park of this movie also because it was a theme park ride. But yes, number one movie of not just this weekend, but not only of 2021, but of the last 2 years. Spider-Man No Way Home grossed the domestic box office, broke a record of 253 million. That is the most any movie has done in the last 2 years. Let's put this into perspective. In the last 2 years, no movie domestically has grossed 100 million. That's insane. The highest grossing movie in the last 2 years that even come close to this is Venom at 90 million. They're coming in hot. Let's see what we got. Yeah, that's you don't get the half of it, 616 man. Let's put this into perspective. The second highest grossing movie of 2021 is Shang-Chi, right? Okay. So the domestic run of Shang-Chi all together combined is like 223 million. So that means Spider-Man No Way Home grossed more than Shang-Chi did in its entire run in like 3 days. And that was the second highest grossing movie this year. So that should tell you everything else. Matter of fact, just for shits and giggles, let's talk about the rest of the movies that came out. Because let's say you didn't want to see Spider-Man. Let's say you want to go to the theaters. You see a crowd, a packed theater out there, but you don't want to see that, this theme park shit. You want to see cinema. You want to see a real movie. You want to see Nightmare Alley. Yes, Jake. Rest in peace, Nightmare Alley. Because how much did those movies do? We got Encanto, 6 million. West Side Story, getting a whole lot of Oscar buzz. 3 million. Ghostbusters Afterlife, which we're gonna bring back Ghostbusters Afterlife also 3 million. Nightmare Alley is debuted 2 million. So yeah, if like I said, if you're Ridley Scott, you're flipping over table right now. Because like I said, because like it or not, Spider-Man saved cinema because they were ready to shut these doors down. Now, and we're not talking about like everybody going to see Marvel because even Marvel was struggling this year. As all this shit we're talking about with Shang-Chi, I don't even think it grossed $500 million. I think it's under 500 million. Eternals, get it out of here. Black Widow, get it out of here. And we're not even talking about all the DC movies because they all dropped the same time at HBO, so nobody even bothered to go see them. I forgot about Ghostbusters. Yeah, a lot of people are liking Ghostbusters, and I'm actually going to make some comparisons between Spider-Man and Ghostbusters, even though I didn't see Ghostbusters, but I'm hearing a lot of comparisons to them, so we're going to talk about that also. But yeah, we can just get rid of this graphic because that's what's going on right now. So yeah, like I said, Spider-Man made a lot of money. But here's the thing, Eli, as much money as it made, and also I think it made like 587 million worldwide already also. That being said, Eli, I'm gonna make a bet with you. I don't think it's gonna hit $1 billion.
Yeah,
maybe. I don't. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you why. Yeah. Everybody gonna get sick in the next couple of weeks, and
this is Spider-Man. Who cares about a little Unicron? We don't care about that. The whole point I don't think it's gonna make $1 billion is because guess what? It is also banned in China.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yep.
Yeah, because of Doctor Strange or whatever. They can't have magic.
Actually, no, it's not because of Doctor Strange. Actually, the thing was Spider-Man got rated in China and it was ready to go. Everybody was saying it's going to be the first Disney movie that's going to get approved for China. It's ready to go until the Winter Olympics, where America decided to boycott it. So we're boycotting China in the Winter Olympics. So since they said, screw us, no, screw you. And they canceled Spider-Man. So Spider-Man is canceled out of here.
Damn it.
Yeah, may come back, but it's our fault, Eli. We did it to ourselves because we're boycotting the Winter Olympics. I don't even know why we're doing it. With VOD, but by the end of the month, I don't think by the end. No. This is not Last House in Soho, whatever the hell that movie was. This is Spider-Man. This isn't that Aretha Franklin movie. They're gonna stretch this shit out. Hell, Eternals hadn't even came to VOD yet, which actually it should have been, but they guess they pushed it back because they got so much stuff going on with Hawkeye and Spider-Man, and like I said, a week after that, Book of Boba Fett. So a lot of stuff going on with Disney right now. But let's just jump into it. I was gonna do a whole bunch of graphics stuff like that, but I will do this. Normally we try to say where the source material of the where these movies came from or what are they referencing. It's not too much stuff Spider-Man is referenced that we don't already know, but I will say one strong reference from the comic books that I think we're getting from is One More Day. Now, if people don't know the plot of One More Day, Spider-Man outed himself in the comics also, basically telling everybody he was Peter Parker, by getting bad advice from Tony Stark doing Civil War. However, some tragedy.
Civil War tie-in.
It was a Civil War tie-in, but it was like a few months or maybe like a year after Civil War. So basically, he made a deal with Mephisto. We always talk about Mephisto, that he was going to sell his marriage to bring back Aunt May. So that was One More Day. Another tie-in, which is obvious, we're going to talk about this also, Spider-Verse. Yes, before it was a movie, it was a comic book. More or less the same type of plot. A bunch of Spider-Man does whatever. Like I said, we're going to get into spoilers all a second. And also, very, very loosely, but I want to say maybe Sinister Six, Return to Sinister Six, even though it was only 5. So then maybe they're the Sinister Cinco, or the Fearsome 5.
I think they're counting Mysterio as one of them.
Because technically Mysterio did enough damage. So you could say If you add Mysterio, then you got the Sinister Six, because he did enough damage to get the plot rolling. But I mean, you can't call him the Furious Five because that's already taken. Don't push me because I'm close to the edge.
White lie.
See, only we know that, Eli. We're too old for this shit, man.
Something like a phenomenon.
Spider-Man, one moment in time, brand new day, all retcons. Yeah, that's basically what it is. Like anytime you want to do retcon, and that's the thing. Everybody always get pissed off at DC because they always do another crisis this and crisis that. Marvel does it too, but they do soft reboots. They don't just do like a hard line, everything's going and sit. No, they just do it when they need to, or they'll just ignore it. They'll just shit pretend like it never happened. And nobody ever says anything, just let it go. Screw it, who cares?
Oh, people say some shit. No one gives a fuck. No one listens to them. But there's people who say some
talk,
shit.
But no one cares.
What the fuck?
So,
you mean Gwen Stacy? I thought Gwen Stacy died.
Right, and no one cares. They say, you mean Spider-Gwen? Yeah.
How did Gwen Stacy come back to?
Yeah, because she died 50 years ago. Like, people even remember that. Like, anybody read that comic is dead, man. Shit. Let's see. A lot of Spider-Verse Revenge, Return to Sin 6, Ultimate said, Norman Osborn, Big Leader Threat. Yeah, a lot of stuff like that coming in. But yeah, let's just jump into it. Let's just talk about the movie. I had graphs. I had PowerPoint presentation going on. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just going to go off the rip, off the top. Just give my thoughts what it is.
Freestyle.
I'm going to go Eli. Yeah, just freestyle. Don't, because I think I'm going to get off rhythm if you do it. All right. So basically, let's just say, okay, this movie, I'm just going right into it. This movie, I feel like it's a tale of two halves. Because like I said, everybody can see the banner right now that I say is Iron Boy Jr. No More. Basically, I feel like the first half of this movie was an MCU movie. It's pretty much what you expect from a MCU movie. But the second half of this movie was a Spider-Man movie. Now, what are the differences? The differences are very subtle, very slight. You kind of have to know. It's like if you know, you know. There's a difference between an MCU movie and a Spider-Man movie. Because Spider-Man movies, and not just the Raimi movies, the Amazing Spider-Man movies also, they had like a certain tone. They had certain beats they hit. Where the MCU are kind of scared to go there, but they go this time, and it's like juggled a certain tone where we got there. So I felt like the whole movie was, and matter of fact, not even just this movie. I feel like it takes the entire trilogy where it felt like Tom Holland was finally becoming Spider-Man, the Spider-Man we know. Like I said, this movie didn't feel like it was like an MCU movie with Spider-Man in it. It felt like a MCU movie. I mean, it felt like a Spider-Man movie. Another point I'm trying to make is like Doctor Strange in this movie. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, is Doctor Strange going to be like his next father figure?" Okay, Tony's gone. He's going to go to nobody else. And I'm sorry, Jake. I was going to do it. Work's been kicking my ass. I'm just saying, yeah. So I'm just being lazy right now. But a lot of people say that Doctor Strange is going to be, Tony Stark 2.0. He's going to be his new dad. I don't think he was. In my opinion, I don't think he was in this. I felt like Doctor Strange in this movie just to get the plot rolling. Like I said, you can't have Mephisto in it. You can't have Satan in your movie if you want, overseas player like China, stuff like that. So have, balloon animal making Doctor Strange, just do some timey-wimey magical shit, get the plot rolling, do some stuff, write him out of the movie, and there you go. And have him come back at the end of the movie to just wrap a nice clean bow on it. So I feel like that's what was going on. And yeah, just hold on, let's see what we got here with 616. Looking back, retrospect Spidey feels like a giant origin story to become Spidey. Yeah, because if you notice one of the plots or one of the threads of this movie at the very beginning of it, the whole reason he's trying to get this plot stolen off, not because his identity is exposed, not because he's, for murder, for Mysterio, none of that, because he can't get into MIT, not college, MIT. It's a very first world problem to have. So he think his world has ended because of that. That's the most glaring problem he has in his hand. That's how this Peter Parker is different from the other Peter Parkers we know from the movies, from the comics, from the video games
too. Were so he was they couldn't get in either because they knew him. So he was more trying to get them in there.
Okay, so they can't get in that MIT.
Yeah, I think he was just being considered. He was being Peter Parker.
He was being Peter Parker, but yeah, but at the same time he was being like, okay, let me just run to one of my Avengers friends to fix this shit before. Like I said, he always had Tony Stark, to bail him out of issues, stuff like I said, if Tony Stark was here, he would have got an MIT, no problem. Tony Stark was even going to offer him in an MIT.
Tony Stark would have bought MIT.
Yeah, basically, just go. That's my kid. Go, So that's what it been with that one. So you got the first problem he had, he ran to Doctor Strange instead of trying to solve the problem himself. which is a simple problem he could have solved himself, but he didn't even bother looking that way because he's so depending on his Avengers friend, his iron suit, his fabricator, all this stuff like that. He was way too dependent on, which is a lot of problem people had with these movies, is that, Tony Stark makes all his stuff. We didn't even see, people don't even talk about at the beginning of Far From Home, how Pepper Potts handed him a $500 million check. I'm sorry, 500,000, 500,000. I mean,
I've only
$500,000 check.
watched that. I haven't seen it since it came out in theaters.
I saw it in the theater. I was like, they gave him a check. And they played it off like, oh, we're going to give you a donation for, for the homeless shelter, like that. $500,000? Come on, man. So he give his son $500,000. Meanwhile, Falcon can't even get a damn loan. Okay, Tony. We see what's going on. We see what's going on, Tony. But going on with that, like I said, we got
Falcon wasn't even getting paid. Now that I think about it.
You're right. So that's what I'm saying. So you got Peter Parker thinking he has problems, and he does this stupid shit at the beginning of the movie to actually give him more problems. So at the end of the movie, he has problems. And I was like, and when it started rolling all down here, I was like, yeah, that's the Peter Parker I know. But like I said, that's when you got all the other Spider villains start popping up that he don't know, stuff like that. Then it started going downhill. And for the most part, he can handle most of them, except that one dude, that one asshole, Norman Osborn, the Green Goblin. I'm gonna say, Eli, Norman Osborn stole this movie for me. Honestly, I thought he put up a better performance in this movie than he did in Spider-Man 1.
Well, they let him. We got to see his face.
That's the thing. We got to see his face. We didn't need all that crazy ass Power Ranger suit he had before, because you got Willem Dafoe. His face is a goblin. Just have that, And plus, he actually had purple around him with the hood. So I'm like, he's more goblinous than he ever been before. Felt more ruthless, more scarier, more just beating the shit out of Tom Holland. You can tell Tom Holland, I've never faced a villain like this before. I was loving it, man. Like it's almost like Willem Dafoe had like a chip on his shoulder, man. He like, I've been out the game for a while. I ain't been in these comic movies in like 20 years, and shit like that. Yeah, I was in Aquaman and shit. But yeah, y'all keep talking about Thanos and Killmonger, the best villain. Yeah, hold my beer. I'm gonna show you what a villain is, And he just ran wild with it. Matter of fact, he said he wouldn't even do the movie unless he could do his own stunts. Dude, 66 years old, said he wouldn't do his own stunts in this movie. You could feel it. So when he's power bombing Tom Holland, he's power bombing shit, the little motherfucker. So what do we got here? They threw Happy to the side. Yeah, they did. They did. Green Goblin OP is fucking this movie. I loved it. I was saying, I just loved it. Not only that, and that's the thing. This whole movie felt like it was a course correction of other Spider-Man franchise movies. Like we talk about Green Goblin, like everybody complained about Green Goblin. They fixed him. And they also fixed Electro. Electro was a big fix they did in this movie also. Because honestly, he sucked in Amazing Spider-Man 2. The movie sucked itself, but Jamie Foxx didn't help it with overall. I had no problem with Jamie Foxx being it. Maybe had a problem with another black dude having lightning powers, but hey, that's a thing. But it is a thing. So they fixed him. Now he's yellow and green all of a sudden again. He wear Tim's.
And they actually, when he'd flash and shit, he'd actually had
like the Electro mask on and stuff like that. It worked. He was super powerful. He was funny. I was liking it that, he was telling jokes left and right. Just the fact that he had motivation. That's the thing about these villains they had in the movie. You thinking they were just going to be, okay, I'm going to just be in here for like 5 seconds, wave, fighting by this. No, the villains had like arcs themselves. They had motivations, everything to do. Everybody had something different. The villains weren't on the same page. Some people wanted to stay. Some people wanted to go. Some people wanted power. Some people just want to just do shit. And then you got Norman Osborn, crazy ass, just want to just cause violence everywhere he goes, just because that's what he wants to do. He's just with the shits. Exactly. I love the comment they made in Rhino. He was like, y'all fought aliens and shit? I fought a bitch ass rhino, man. I'm lame as hell.
A Russian guy in a robot rhino
suit. In a robot rhino suit, man. Like they fixed a lot of story stuff with Ray Wright. Yeah, they really did it. So it's like almost any issue people had with those old movies, they decided to correct them, except for Lizard. Where was my lab coat Lizard at? They didn't. They just said fuck Lizard.
Yeah,
he's just in
this movie. Lizard still looked kind of lame, I thought.
Honestly, they were just like, just throw him in it. We just need another body. They didn't care what Lizard did in that movie. Also TV Marvel now. Marvel movie can't. Let's address the elephant in the room. Okay, here we go. Like I said,
this did not get spoiled for me.
So you don't follow John Campea?
No.
Okay, you don't. Okay, because John Campea spoiled the shit out of this like 3 months ago.
Oh, really?
had the screenshot of it, like posted up and shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, had
I
a
did not.
screenshot of it.
I was like, oh shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
he had a screenshot of it. It was like trending. It was like #1 trending topic on Twitter. Matter of fact, he leaked all this shit. The Daredevil, all the other screenshots he had, except for one. It was one big one he didn't spoil, but YouTube did that for me. So yeah, I was screwed. Also the Marvel movie now. Yep. Daredevil cameo was great. Yes. So, and I think that's why Kevin Feige dropped that, quote he did earlier before, like, if I bring Daredevil back in these movies, Charlie Cox will be him. I don't know when he'll be in them, but he'll be in them. So, and it was always rumors going around that, like I said, when Peter Parker gets in trouble, Matt Murdock was going to be his lawyer, and Matt Murdock was his lawyer. And just in case you didn't know that was Daredevil, when they threw that brick through the window, he like just cut it. And Peter just looked like, "How'd you do that?" Like, I told you, I'm a good lawyer. Also,
I mean, and of course, spoilers. Kingpin was on Hawkeye. Vincent
Kingpin was on
D'Onofrio.
Hawkeye, even though they had been teasing it the entire time,
Yeah.
like almost like the second episode of Hawkeye, but he finally shows up. And also, spoiler for next week, the Kate Bishop actor Haley Steinfeld already said she had scenes with him. So people were like squint, like, "Was that Vincent D'Onofrio?" Yes, that was Vincent D'Onofrio. That was him. He was in the credits. He retweeted it himself, and Haley Steinfeld said, "Yes, I have scenes with him. I'm going to be in the room with him in the next episode, the last episode they're gonna have in there." So yes,
I'm really hoping Echo shoots him.
not yet. Don't. It's gonna happen, but just don't shoot him yet. you know, build up to it. Don't get rid of him already.
She's gonna shoot somebody.
Shoot Cat Kazi. Yeah, shoot him. Got sick of answering Spider question. Oh, y'all tortured the hell out of Andrew Garfield, man. He's just trying not to get sniped by Kevin Feige. Y'all won't let this guy make it, man. He's just like, look, I'm not in a movie. Go see the movie. Make sure you see it on first day, but don't see it for me. Just go see the movie.
Yeah. Andrew Garfield, for me, stole the movie.
He was awesome, man. He was awesome. But yes, Andrew Garfield, you can tell the dude just loves being Spider-Man, man. He just brought so much energy just as soon as he came into the scene. Some funny lines, just energy. He was there. And let's just talk about, for those who don't know, like I said, we're going to spoil it, all the Spider-Man show up in this movie. So it's almost like a live action Spider-Verse. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
And I almost love how they got introduced in the movie, because it's almost like, we'll talk about, like I said, it was the really down scene in the movie. So they knew everybody was depressed, down, stuff like that. So then when they brought in the Spider-Man, first they brought in Andrew Garfield. And you can tell they knew the crowd was going crazy. Because when Andrew Garfield showed up, he paused for a second. He just paused. "I'm Spider-Man. I'm Peter Parker." It's almost like you waiting for the crowd to like go crazy, like like a laugh track in a sitcom. It was the same way, like, "Coming to the stage, Andrew Garfield." He does a little thing, and then the same thing when Tobey Maguire came in. He came because the crowd. That was when the crowd went the most craziest in my theater. The crowd just went nuts when he showed up. He was like, and it was almost like, "Coming to the stage, special guest Tobey Maguire," and he just paused. He just stopped, and so the crowd just go crazy.
Some guy. They're like, "This is some guy."
Yeah, it's just some guy. Yeah, because he was just a dude just showing up. That was it. Like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and just the way they referenced everything, like, "Oh, how is your webs come out of your wrists?" Like, how? Like,
it's almost like everything in this movie was an internet meme come to life.
Basically,
because we've seen that meme before, right?
Yeah, everything, everybody bitch. It's like they were addressing every complaint of every Spider-Man movie ever. And they addressed everything, and it was hilarious. It was how's that happen? How's it?
And everybody's just like, "Oh, what the hell?"
Yeah, Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2, and then Andrew Garfield, Spider-Man 3. Yeah, Spider-Man 3.
They're like, "Oh, wow, gotta be Spider-Man 3."
Yeah, he's like, "Yeah, sure, Spider." It was fucking hilarious.
So, and yeah, you're right. That's why he came, but he just had so much life into it. And the movie almost felt like a Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 3, like an ending trilogy to that movie. It wrapped up stuff in that. Like the scene. We'll just talk about it. We'll just jump into it, like with the ending with MJ, where MJ fell.
Yes, that got me.
Yeah,
That
but
fucking got me,
I
man.
called it. I called it in the trailer. Like even though we didn't know the Spider-Man was going to be in the movie, I called it in my head. I didn't say it out loud. But I was like, Andrew Garfield's going to catch him, even though I didn't see him in the movie. But yeah, he caught her, grabbed her, and he started crying. And like I said, my theater, you can hear people crying in the theater when that stuff happened. And then he looked at her.
I fucking teared up myself. I was like, oh my god, yeah, that got me, man. They got me.
I mean, it was an emotional scene. One thing because Andrew Garfield is just that good of an actor. He can bring it out of you. Like we've seen this guy before, you know. And he looks at MJ, he like, "Are you okay?" And she looks back at him, "Are you okay?"
Yeah,
You
he's
know?
like crying, and oh, that was yeah. I ain't gonna front,
I
man.
hate to bring it up. It reminded me of BVS. You know, where Batman goes rescue Martha. You know, I promise you, Martha won't die tonight. It almost felt
Oh,
like that to me. We need a major spud fins. Okay. Spider-Man 3 cut, yeah. Oh, they already demanded. They already demanded. It's to release the Snyder cut all over again. Yeah, it's coming. And I'm pretty sure Sony's gonna do something about that and said after Gwen died, he stopped pulling his punches. Yeah. And that's the thing, 616 man. I'm glad you brought that up. I noticed that the movie was very, very careful not to go into detail about what these Spider-Man have been doing after their movies. They kind of hinted at it, but didn't go into it. Like we know about Garfield, he's pulling his punches. He basically lost all control. We didn't go into too much detail about Toby. I was hoping they say like him and MJ had a daughter. They didn't say it, you know. But that would have been cool. They said they got back
or
together. Yeah.
when Ned was talking to the other Spider-Men, they're like, "Hey, do you guys have like a best friend in your universe?" And Tobey Maguire's like, "Yeah, he tried to kill me," and like, and that just hence because Ned Leeds is
Is the
Hobgoblin.
hobgoblin, right.
So it was like that. It was like that little dark undertone that it had these little dark undertones throughout the movie. That like, oh shit, like yeah, like when Peter Park or Tobey Maguire was telling him how the dark he had to go through some dark shit, you know, and
and that's
yeah,
and this Peter hasn't gone through the stuff they went through.
yeah.
Not yet, but
I
eventually
mean,
he got
he
to this
got
point. Yeah.
blipped, but yeah, you know, I just assumed that his uncle Ben died, and but it turned out, I guess I don't know where he is, but
He left. He went to get some cigarettes and yeah.
yeah, yeah, where, but the whole Aunt May thing that was his catalyst, and
And a
yeah,
lot of people, I heard a lot of people bitching already, talking about some. Oh, she said it wrong. She actually didn't say it wrong. The other Uncle Ben said it wrong. She actually said it exactly how it was in the original comic, an amazing fantasy. Like with great power, there must also come great responsibility. That's the actual correct quote. So, and people saying she stole from Uncle Ben. Uncle Ben never said in the original comic. It was just a narration at the end of it. So anybody could say it. So Aunt May is perfectly fine for saying it. There's also argued about did she get fridged? I'm starting to hate that term, but let's address it. Um, like I said, for those that don't know what fridging is, it's the women in refrigerator trope that was made by Green Lantern when he found his dead girlfriend in the refrigerator. Not going to go into detail about it. That's where the term came from. It's a trope. Now, and so anytime a woman character or a woman, relationship to the hero gets injured, killed, maimed, the R word, anything you want to call it, just for motivation for the hero, people say it's fridge. Now, I don't think it's fridging because, like I said, we've seen Uncle Ben get shot so many times before. So we never said anything about that. So why complain about it when it happens to Aunt May? That's all I think. She should be able to get
yeah.
killed just as much easily as they
I
should.
didn't think that was it.
I saw it pop up, so I just felt
Yeah.
like I had to address it. That's
Oh,
all.
that's the internet. They always need something to bitch about.
Yeah, because if it wasn't, they wouldn't be the internet.
Yeah. Yeah, just use it for porn, like me.
Right. You can use it for other things.
Yeah.
Google recipes or something. I don't know. Yeah, but that's what's going on with that. So yeah, Aunt May got, like I said, Aunt May dies in it. She gave the great power, great responsibility thing, and then it gave extra motivation for Norman Osborn for Peter to really hate this Green Goblin. So he has more reason to hate this Green Goblin. Well, Andrew had a reason to hate him also. Let's see. That post credit scene, the Spider Verse Venom. I don't. It may be a thing, may not be a thing because he went back to his universe afterwards. You know, so he's back to the Sony universe or whatever. Tim said, "What are the Avengers?" I love that say, yeah. And I
Oh
also
yeah, are
like
you in a band? Yeah.
yeah, you the band? He was like, I don't mean to brag, but I'm in the Avengers. He like, that's great. What's an Avenger? You know?
A band?
And
Are you
so
in a band?
but I also like it. That's another thing how Andrew not Tom Holland came into his own because even though he's the youngest Spider-Man out of all the three Spider-Man, he has the most experience. So he wasn't their sidekick or playing the background with the other ones. He was leading them. He like, look, I fought Thanos. Did anybody here fight Thanos? No, okay, shut the fuck up. I'm gonna lead this. I'm taking point. So that's why I like it that he was coming to his own. He was becoming a man. He was becoming Spider-Man. He had his grief. He had his his relative died. He got revenge, but he didn't take revenge. And honestly, to me, that was the most emotional scene. Well, one of the most emotional scenes in the movie, where Tom was about to kill Norman, and Toby stopped him. Like I thought that was emotional. Like Toby was like, his big bro. Like, I'm not gonna let you go down, take the path that I went down. You
Yeah.
know, well, I'm too late. Did I make it? You still on good? Oh yeah, Gabe. You know how we go. We we start late as hell. It was so much meaningless from the originals. Here's the thing. They doubled down on the Alex Jones parody. They really because they had him filming his basement.
Okay,
Just
yeah. Now that you say that, okay, because I was kind of missing J. Jonah's haircut, but now
yeah,
that you say
no,
the Alex Jones, okay,
They
yeah.
did. They did it. They did it in the first. They did it in Far From Home. They did it in that one. But they doubled down on it in this one. They had a
Yeah.
film in the basement, with the green screen behind him. He was even selling supplements. Daily Bugle supplement. That's what Alex Jones does. I watch way more Alex Jones than I care to admit. But that's another podcast for another conversation. So, and just the fact he's just making money just off conspiracy theories, even call Spider-Man's fans cultists. They were really going deep with. I almost thought they were like, maybe I need to pull back with Alex Jones stuff a little bit. But that's just me. Toby gave him, I'm that daddy look to stop him. Yeah, daddy, big bro. It was just like, I'm not gonna let you go down the road I went down because I do feel like that Toby still had regret, from killing that dude that killed Uncle Ben. So and plus, he became the Black Spider-Man suit also, so he didn't want to go, basically go down the dark side, go down the dark. He didn't want Spider-Man Punisher or Ronin Spider-Man and shit like that.
Yeah.
Because I guess what's that shit Batman say? You kill one killer, then you become two killers or whatever. I don't know.
Some shit like that, yeah.
Some shit. Doesn't make any sense, but I guess he thought it sounded good. Um, yeah, and like I said, just love how they double down on him. Sandman was just there. You pretty much had just the three villains that everybody kind of gravitate to, and everybody else is just kind of just whatever. I love Ned and Zendaya's whole dynamic. I love the dynamic. I thought I was gonna get tired of it, but I love them together. They just were just playing off each other, even though Ned admitted he was a third wheel. I just loved him in the movie. I even love the fact that they just had him become a magician, a sorcerer all of a sudden, for no reason. I like, okay, yeah, whatever. When are we getting out the Miles live action movie? Jake, I know you caught the line they said in there, or the whole, and that's the thing, that whole rift they had between uh Jamie Foxx and Andrew. He was like, man, you're from Queens. The way you walk, the way you talk, the way you whole swagger. I thought you were black. And he was like, I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm not black. You're like, well, maybe somewhere in the universe there's a black Spider-Man. It almost looked like he looked directly in the camera when he said that.
Wink.
You're right. A wink. Rumors are now that yeah, Sony's thinking about revving up old Spider-Man franchise for Sony stuff. Yeah, after this movie pretty much printed money, there's possibilities for everything nowadays. Yeah, they don't tell them what they might do.
Well, this
So
movie actually wiped the slate clean.
yeah.
It set up a brand new day.
Ah. That's what happens when you freestyle. Yeah. So, like I said, there's a lot of stuff that was going on in this movie. Honestly, I'm ready for the movie to just come on like VOD, like legally come on VOD, so I can grab some of those screenshots. Like when they're posing on the Statue of Liberty and got all the Spider-Man beside, or when they jump off the Statue of Liberty, all like swinging together and they dive and stuff like that. Or even when they're in the lab and they're just pointing that they did the Spider-Man meme,
Yeah.
Peter. Which Peter? That one, it's all there, man. I'm just saying that there was so many things in this movie that I just loved about it. So again, we could call it nostalgia bait. Was it nostalgia bait? Yes. Was it a movie about memory berries? Yes. It was all those things. Did it check all the boxes? Did it click all the focus testing? Yes, it did all those things. Guess what? I don't care. I
Yeah.
loved it.
It's a great. It's kind of like that way in Endgame. Endgame was the greatest hits. It was a celebration of the entire franchise, and it just worked. And I think art, timing is everything in art. And for this to hit right now, the shit we've been through the past couple years, and to just bring back that joy of cinema and going that collective experience of being in a movie theater and seeing some greatest hits, because that's what this was. And
it's funny you say
fun.
that, Eli, because this is not the first time Spider-Man has done this.
No.
Let's go back to that first one back in 2002, because we were all depressed then also.
We were.
And we needed a movie that you bring us back to the theater because we didn't want to celebrate. For those who know what we were talking about, September the 11th, 2001, 9/11. It had just hit. Everything got depressed. Nobody went anywhere. We were scared. Terrorist attacks were everywhere. We didn't want to joke. We didn't want to laugh because we didn't know what was going to happen next. Spider-Man hit at the right time when it's supposed to, and he was a superhero in New York.
What all those flags he's flying around,
all those flags, stuff like that. It just made you feel patriotic. Yeah. It even made you feel better when the New Yorkers came and helped Spider-Man. It just made you feel good.
Yeah, they're throwing shit at Green Goblin. You mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. It's just like that hit home for us back then.
Yeah, it was the movie we needed.
Yeah,
just and like this movie. Yeah.
That's what this one is now.
It's the movie
we just needed this in the world. This needed to happen. We needed a new Spider-Man movie, but we needed all the Spider-Man movies.
Yeah. But this particular one was the one that just hit at the right time when it needed to hit, because like I said, it's been a rough 2 years and we finally got theaters back on, well, I'm not gonna say we're back on track, but like I said, for this movie to do this amount of money, it's insane.
To not give a shit, like, fuck this. Let's go live.
Yeah. Fuck Omicron, fuck Omarion, fuck Unicron, fuck Unicorn, whatever you call it. I'm gonna go see Spider-Man regardless what it is, So.
Yeah.
So all right, so let's address something. Like I said, I do want to talk about the theater experience, because I do feel like the theater experience enhanced it. Now, Eli, I'm gonna just put this out in the ether. I know you didn't go to the theaters to see it. You sailed the 7 seas with Jack Sparrow. That's okay. That's cool. A lot of other people did it too. But I do want to say that the theater experience was interesting, because like I said, this is the first time like in 2 years where you actually had an experience where other people were there.
Yeah.
The closest I may have came maybe was Shang-Chi, and it was kind of packed. But every movie I saw this year was pretty much like me and 3 other people who were just watching it. I can't even remember some of the movies I saw, but I think it was like one movie I saw, like the only person there, and it was like a big movie.
I had a whole IMAX theater to myself watching Godzilla versus Kong.
we were talking about that. I want to talk about that. Godzilla versus Kong, Mortal Kombat, things like that. You just watch it by yourself. But this one, you're there. So, and the thing is, like the Spider-Man theater I went to, I saw it in IMAX. It was a packed theater, so it was so packed, like you could feel the energy from the crowd. So all the stuff that's going on, when Daredevil showed up, people clapping. Andrew showed up, people clapping. Tony, the roof almost got torn off. Aunt May, people crying. So every emotion you could think of, it was going on. People crying, clapping, cheering, oohs and ahs and oh shits. Everything you think of, they ran the entire gambit of it. It was going crazy. There are some people that are complaining about that. They're saying there's a theater etiquette to it.
Of not clapping and shit?
Of not clapping and shit. All right, let me ask you this, Eli. Like, do you get upset if you was at a theater and people were hooping and hollering and all stuff like that, and people, Toby?
Oh, well, if it's called for, like if I'm watching, a Spider-Man movie, sure. If I'm like watching a drama, no, shut the fuck up.
Like one dude just, like a romantic comedy or some shit.
Yeah, kiss that bitch. Yeah, whoa. Like, I don't.
Woo! Yeah, that's like putting it. That was experience. Yeah, it was like a rock concert. Like I said,
and that makes for a great time. Especially if the movie's that good.
It enhanced the experience. Like I said, if you're having emotional attachment to the movie you're watching, I feel like you should let it out. Yeah. It would be, if you're that one asshole screaming and yelling, yes, you're out of place. But if the entire theater is doing it, It's okay. Like I said, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. You know,
that's like saying, oh, in a horror movie, you're not supposed to jump or scream when
like control
something
your emotions. Like
like what the
like when Aunt May died and you just people start crying. What you gonna do? Turn around and say, you better stop fucking crying. Like what you gonna do?
Hey, behave.
Right. Like what the hell are you gonna do? People have emotions to it. They have emotions attached to it. So and honestly, it enhanced the experience. Like when you have people getting excited and they're right next to you and you're excited. So everybody should excited. So I don't know why people are bitching about. And if you're not excited for a Spider-Man movie, you paid money to see this, and it pretty much referenced every single Spider-Man movie ever made. What the hell are you doing here?
Yeah.
Go see West Side Story. It's down the hall.
And don't sing during Life Is Alright in America.
Hey, shut the fuck up.
Stop snapping. While
Somebody coming in the theater, walking up the theater. So a lot of viral fights and Spidey No Way Home theaters online. Yeah, and there are a lot of theater reactions online. You can watch them like when Andrew show up. Like people just going nuts and crazy. I almost recorded myself. A lot of group synergy making it funny. Yeah, like I said, and honestly, that enhanced the experience for me when I watched Endgame. Endgame was a rock concert. I saw the movie 3 times. It was like that every single time. It was like that. So
I saw that 9. The first time I saw it was 9 in the morning. That opened it. That's because the only time I could get fucking tickets, and they were fucking cheering and screaming at 9 in the fucking morning.
Right. So what do you expect? Yes, let people have fun. Stop coming in these movies and be like, stop having fun. We're watching Spider-Man. It's okay.
Yeah.
Instead
been cooped up for 2 years. Let us fucking
right. We want to get out. So like, instead of being an asshole and complaining, why don't you sit down and join in on the fun? Why don't you hoop and holler?
Or fucking go the fuck home and let somebody else have your seat. Like
right.
This shit was sold out all weekend around here.
Right. Couldn't get tickets. Fans, if you're happy, fuck that. Never pleased with anything but still gonna say, yeah, people just complaining just to complain. Like, why are you complaining? But like
hey, as a Star Wars fan, I'm used to that shit, man. Motherfuckers go see shit opening weekend, advance tickets, just to bitch about it.
like why? Just stay home,
Yeah.
You can bitch about it without saying it.
I don't even like Star Wars, but I bought advance tickets for the midnight showing on Wednesday.
After 3 times of seeing this movie, I finally
have no idea why people were clapping. The movie sucked. Oh.
Like, damn, let people enjoy themselves. It's okay. It's okay to have. I know it's a theme park. I know it's a ride. But at the same time, let people have fun. It's okay. It's okay to have fun in a movie. You can do this sometimes. That's all I'm saying. So I'm trying to think, is there anything else? I know we just jumped around. I had a through line that I was gonna do with and pick part.
You had a PowerPoint, but we said fuck.
Yeah, I had a PowerPoint, but like I said, I decided to freestyle.
You all know what we're talking about, right? They know what we're talking about.
They know what we're talking about. So I need a PowerPoint.
The Spider-Man was about this kid named Peter Parker.
Right. Peter Benjamin Parker.
Yeah. Lives in Queens with his Aunt May and his friend Ned. They know what we're talking about.
And it had this says they're going to cast it. Okay, yeah, it's something that Jake said earlier. I want to get back to cast and make a poll on Venom. It doesn't. No, Venom still sucks. Morbius going to be whatever. So that's what I'm so glad.
Now that the fucking after credits scene, I'm like, damn it, do I have to watch the Carnage movie now?
Right, you don't, because he took his ass right back in the other dimension he was in. So like, okay, get your ass. I'm pretty sure Kevin Feige did this shit on purpose. No, get your ass out of here. I don't care what these Sony people are doing. Not the doctor. It was something else you said. Let's see. Technically own Spider-Man. I'm getting warmer. Yes, that's what I was trying to say. Will Disney in the loop have a clean slate? Now, this is what I think what they did in the movie. You know how we talk about how in comic books, when a writer is leaving and another writer is coming in, like Donny Cates and Al, stuff like that, they put the toys back in the toy box. I felt like they were doing that with this, just in case if they have to, do a complete rehaul or reboot or whatever like that. Because it does feel like Spider-Man was put back to status quo as we know Spider-Man. He's completely white clean from the MCU residue, whatever like that.
Nobody knows who he is.
Nobody knows who he is. He's not friends with any people. So
he's got
Zendaya,
he had to sew his costume and shit.
had to sew his costume. No refabricator, nothing like that. No, he's back. I'm honestly like in the same shitty apartment he was in in the Spider-Man 2 or 3. He's got to
go and try and mac on MJ, and he's back to awkward Peter Parker again.
Right. No more Iron Boy Jr. That is gone. So I feel like they did it on purpose. Because the thing is, Tom Holland. Now, like I said, Kevin Feige and Amy Pascal, they're saying, "Oh, we're gonna make 15 more of these movies. We're just making money." Tom Holland, like, you know what? I think we'll retire. I just got Zendaya. I'm trying to put a baby in a man. Fuck these movies, man. So, but I think that Kevin Feige would be like, "No, that was not our agreement." It's almost like Mephisto. That is not the agreement. So I think that's what happened. So I don't know what's gonna happen. But if they need to reboot, hey, they can. Always got Miles Morales. You can always keep it going, get somebody else in there, So yeah, that's the thing. Like I said, I enjoyed the movie, loved it. I don't know if I'm like a prisoner of the moment at the time, or maybe like the hype will die down. I'm gonna watch it again through a critical eye, because I didn't watch the movie through a critical eye. I'm just looking at it. How did it make me feel? That's how I went by the movie.
Yeah, this is the first out of the MCU Spider-Man movies. This is the first. This is the one that makes me I want to see this again. Like, I would watch this again right now. Whereas the first
this is by far the best out of these MCU movies.
Out of the MCU, because like Homecoming. Now I love Homecoming, but the first time seeing it, I thought, oh, it's cool, it's all right. But I didn't watch it until like Christmas time when I got it on for Christmas. Then I watched it again, and then it grew on me as I rewatched it. Far From Home, I still have not seen that again. I've never watched it in the theater.
Far From Home felt like
I never watched it after I saw it in the theater. I've only seen it in the theater. I haven't seen it. I've only seen it once.
It just feels so fillery. It just feels like a filler movie. Like, we just gotta crank out a Spider-Man movie. Let's just make one. Not that it was a bad movie. It was a competent movie.
I just had no desire to see it again. Kind of how I was with Homecoming until I did see Homecoming again. That's when it grew on me. It wasn't like Into the Spider-Verse where I saw it like 5 times in the theater.
Right.
But that's how I kind of feel about this. Was like, oh, I would totally watch this again, like now.
And I think that's why people are sour on Far From also, because Into the Spider-Verse came out the same year. So you like Far From Home, you're like, yeah, that's cool. Then you saw Into the Spider-Verse, you're like, oh shit. So that's what a Spider-Man movie is supposed to look like. That's why I say there's a difference between an MCU movie and a Spider-Man movie. There's a difference. And like I said, the second half of this felt like a Spider-Man movie. It felt like they were moving away from the MCU and getting into the Spider-Man.
It was just straight up Spider-Man. It brought Spider-Man back to his roots, even though it incorporated. I mean, it did what this movie did. It incorporated all the nostalgia, all the different versions. It made references to the Raimi movies and all that stuff. But it was just the Spider-Man formula of the awkward kid, not catching a break. And, it did it with Miles. And we didn't really get that from the MCU, except in Homecoming a little bit, which is the thing about
little bit, but
little bit. And that's the thing about the whole Zendaya thing. I didn't feel like them really connecting, because in the first movie he had the hots for Vulture's daughter,
Liz.
Yeah, that was like his crush and shit. And then that was like the romantic interest. And then Far From Home, it just felt kind of forced. Oh, I'm MJ, and okay, well, now they're supposed to get together. So come this one, like, whatever. Yeah, that's his girlfriend now. Okay, sure.
Now here's the thing. I felt it in this movie. Now I see what you're saying. In Far From Home, it felt kind of like puppy love. Like, yeah, it's kind of cute. I felt their relationship in this movie.
Yeah,
I felt they
it
had
ain't like, but like Into the Spider-Verse, where he's got the hot for Gwen, and then you see that new trailer where he's drawn pictures of her, and right away you get it.
Hide the sock.
Yeah, right away you get it. Like, oh shit, So yeah.
And I do want to start a campaign. Everybody on YouTube start a campaign. I'm gonna start a campaign. I have a Miles Morales fan cast, Eli. You want to see it? Everybody want to see it?
Oh, not Danny Glover. Donald Glover.
Not Donald Glover. He's like 50 years old.
He's like 50 years old.
Yeah. All right. So here is my fan cast for Miles Morales. Boom.
Okay. I don't know who that kid is, but sure.
Okay, you don't know who that kid is. Okay. So that is Miles Brown. He's one of the kids on Blackish. So anyway, the point is he's actually Afro-Latino. So he's half black, half Puerto Rican. His name is Miles. He works for Disney. Because like I said, Black is on ABC, Disney owns ABC. He's the right age. Do it. And I'm just saying, look, you can see this on screen. Like, just like it's Sony, don't do all this dumb shit. Don't put Tobey Maguire back in the Spider-Man suit. Don't do that dumb shit. Give this dude a movie right now.
Don't put Jamie Foxx in the Spider.
Right. Don't do dumb shit like that. Will Smith. Hell no. Okay. You know what? That's the first time we agreed on anything Will Smith. Like we unanimously said at the same time. Yes, that's a kid from Blackish. So, like I said, Miles Brown, that's the name. And notice that he's subtly, subliminally campaigning.
Look at he's hanging out with Peter Parker.
He's hanging out with Peter Parker. But look at the color scheme he's wearing to the premiere.
Oh yeah.
Red
he's wearing
them out.
Where was that? Here, I got here. Check it out. I got my Miles figure right here.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And right next to the bow. So he's dressed like Miles Morales going to it. He's campaigning for the role. So like Sony, do the right thing. Stop being that dumbasses. Okay. Have we talked about enough about Spider-Man?
Sure, if you want. I mean, we can keep going. We can keep going. I mean, it's Spider-Man. When do we ever get to do that? It's the first MCU movie that we give a shit about.
Right. That is true. Like we talked about. By the way, we've talked about Spider-Man enough. I think we can move on past that. So, can we get to the comic book section now?
Sure.
Because we're going to talk about more Spider-Man in the comic book section. So everybody don't leave, because I'm actually going to bring up some old school throwback shit also that kind of ties to the movie also. Did I miss Doctor Strange? Oh, we didn't talk about Doctor Strange. We're going to talk about Doctor Strange. You know, Eli, we might have to cancel comics this week, to be honest with you. Because we got to, let's see how it goes. Yeah. Okay.
I don't mind. Y'all want to hear the review for Star Wars High Republic? Because I don't.
Star Wars High Republic, like Toby.
Yeah.
Somebody else, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, we could talk about Spider-Man or a comic nobody else read.
Right. Hulk #2.
Yeah.
Not really, Doctor Strange would guest star in No Way Home. Yes, and that's the thing. He was just a guest star. He wasn't Spider-Man's dad or anything like that. He was just a, Deus Ex Machina. Is that how you say the word?
Sure.
He was that.
Yeah.
I may have screwed it up, but that's what he was. Okay.
Is it more French?
Not even just as much, just de machina. De machina. I think that's what it is. I'm probably screwing that up. I'll ask Siri later on what it is, but I'm gonna ask about okay, yeah. All right, so let me go ahead and do it. Let's talk about Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange came all out with it. So that was the second trailer they had. And like I said, a bullshit Venom review, Venom trailer. And they actually had a full Doctor Strange Into the Madness multiverse, whatever that shit is called, all in there. Had WandaVision. To have Wanda in it, do you have to watch WandaVision, know what the fuck going on? No, because he straight up said, I didn't watch WandaVision. I don't care what happened in this show. I need your help with something else. So we were thinking WandaVision was going to be the whole cataclysm of what's going to happen in Doctor Strange. It's not. No one cares. So watch it. Cool. Don't watch it. No one cares. However, you might need to watch What If, because that actually tied into it. And I'm like, oh, damn. So I got to, because I halfway paid attention to that show. So now I actually got to go back and pay attention to see what the hell's going on. And a lot of people saying that
I don't think I watched that episode. Is that what that's from?
That's what that's from. Yeah, it may or may not be, but I'm thinking that's what they're referencing, because he kept popping up over and over again.
Dark
Doctor Strange, or
Doctor
the Source,
Strange,
Sinister Supreme, or Sorcerer Sinister, or something. Yeah, something like that. So whatever it was, I'm pretty sure it's referencing that What If thing, because he was trapped in some other universe. Now he's here now. What has happened there? Shuma-Gorath. Actually, I'm hearing that it's not Shuma-Gorath. It's some other tentacle monster that I think Namor fights. But I don't care. Everybody's gonna call him Shuma-Gorath anyway, so I'm gonna call him Shuma-Gorath. Because that's what I know.
Okay. I've heard that name in a lot of death metal songs.
Is it? I think he's a Conan villain at first.
Oh, well, yeah. Conan and H.P. Lovecraft, Robert E. Howard, who wrote Conan, and H.P. Lovecraft were like homies.
So I may be getting my tentacle monsters confused.
Yeah, that would make sense if he borrowed monsters from like the Cthulhu mythos. But
yeah, because I think he started like when Conan was with Marvel. When
oh,
Conan was
holy shit! Cliff's in the house, and he liked the
and
movie.
Cliff likes the movie. What the
holy shit!
What the hell is happening? What is going on? Cats and dogs living together.
Cliff, were you cheering? Did you get up and scream and cheer, or was
Toby,
he like one of those? Hey, everybody, quiet!
Just let everybody shut the fuck up.
You gotta watch a movie.
Aunt May died and shit like that. Stop fucking crying.
Yeah,
roll some tears back in your eyes.
Don't be a pussy.
He rolls on screen now since he survived. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, like I said, it's a technicality. Wong Sorcerer's Ring now. Plus he's big in China. They got to do something to get China to watch these movies again. So yeah, look, Wong is so supreme. Please play our movies. So they got to do something. Yeah, but what we talking about? All that weird imagery. Oh, and we didn't talk about that. Sam Raimi is the director of Doctor Strange. So all that trippy horror, Evil Dead shit. He's gonna bring it within the limits of Marvel.
Yeah, I'm curious. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked for this movie.
Exactly. I can see Cliff just smacking the shit out of somebody. Fuck you crying for?
No, that's my popcorn.
Oh damn. Yeah, so that's going on with it. I'm just trying to see what else happened in this movie that we've been. Like I said, I'm gonna say Sherman Gurab. We had Doctor Strange doing a whole timey-wimey doctor weird shit. Wanda's in it. Wanda's gonna do some crazy shit going on in it. I'm hoping she's the villain.
Yeah, she fuck up the whole universe. Oh, doesn't she? That's what she does.
Oh, and they didn't show it, but like I said, Loki and Sylvie are supposed to be in Doctor Strange also. So everybody's in this shit.
Oh.
Yeah, so I guess
I guess I'll have to watch Loki, the rest of Loki, right?
You got to watch Loki again. I'm pretty sure Kang the Conqueror is going to be in it. Who the hell is going to be in this shit? Who else in those Disney Plus shows?
I thought Kang was supposed to be in like Ant-Man or some shit.
He is going to be in Ant-Man, but he's going to show up all over the place anyway. So he's going to be in Ant-Man. He's probably going to show up in Doctor Strange. Who else going to show up? I think we got Tentacle Monster, Doctor Strange.
So back to Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and I saw this shit about
America Chavez. She was in it. That I knew that was on the tip of my tongue. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. She was in the trailer. Yeah.
Oh, in Doctor Strange.
Yeah, in Doctor Strange. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't notice that. Oh.
Mm-hmm. Baron Mordo with the dreads.
Baron Mordo was in it. Yeah.
And now we can start the hashtag of Baron Mordo was right, because technically Doctor Strange doing some bullshit started this whole movie anyway. So if he would have just killed Doctor Strange in the first movie, we wouldn't have the Spider-Verse or whatever this stuff was. Yeah.
The multiverse of madness.
The multiverse of whatever. So what you saying about
I'm like wondering who is so I mean, I almost wish, I know like Daredevil is supposed to be the MCU, but you know how Disney is and how fluffy that shit is.
Right.
I would rather have Sony do all that street level Marvel shit. That's just me,
True.
But who knows? If they're claiming the Deadpool is going to be R-rated, who knows?
No. They never said that. Nobody ever said that. We got this covered. Said that. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I was like, because that's what I went through my mind. Like, oh shit, Daredevil's here and he's in the Sonyverse. So boom, could they just let Sony do Daredevil and Punisher and everybody?
Okay, Eli, I know you have, you're thinking twice about what's going to happen there. We have to wait to see what Moon Knight does. Reason I'm saying that. Okay. Hold on. I'm making a point. Don't leave.
Let's see what shitty Batman does.
Right. I'm just saying, because they're saying that they're going to take, as far as Disney Plus goes, they're saying Moon Knight is going to push it as far as Disney Plus can take it. So we're gonna see how far it goes with that.
Okay.
So if it's still all fluffy shit with Moon
Disney
Knight,
Plus, the guys who erased the ass out of the Splash movie.
Or Hulu do it. Hulu. Yeah, why won't Hulu do it?
Yeah, somebody.
But here's the thing. But if Hulu does it, why would you subscribe to Disney Plus? So,
that's part of the package, though, right? Hulu's part of the
Yeah,
Disney
that's true.
package.
Well, you can get Disney Plus by itself, but you can also get Hulu Plus. You can,
Ben
yeah,
Affleck
as did
old man, Murdoch.
I can see that. He's not doing Batman anymore.
That's Don't Breathe. You ever see Don't Breathe? That's old man Murdoch.
Oh yeah, no, because he's blind and shit.
He's
Oh, I
blind.
forgot. Yeah, okay. So, fans of the Ben Affleck Daredevil movie, you got to treat. There was an Easter egg in there because Charlie Cox Daredevil was talking to John Favreau, who played Foggy Nelson in the Ben Affleck movie.
God damn, I forgot. I'm surprised you remember that shit.
I watched the movie. I've watched that movie so many times. I've even seen the unrated Coolio extended cut version. Let's see. Rules are out there that Kevin Feige is worried about Moon Knight ending gory set photos. Like I said, they said they're gonna push Moon Knight as much as they can, but how far can you push Moon Knight on Disney Plus? Who knows? I think they need to have instead of a Disney Plus, have a Disney X. Like a separate version.
And that's where we can do Blade.
Exactly.
Blade. Yeah, that's what I worry about. Is it going to be watered down and safe?
PG-13 Blade. I mean, really? Because like I said, so what are they gonna do with Punisher? They just done with Punisher? Because you can't do Punisher on Disney Plus.
No, you can't do PG.
You can't even do Ghost Rider on Disney Plus because Ghost Rider goes hard as fuck in those comics, man.
Yeah, that's what I. That's what I really.
He was fat back then too, so yeah. Disney X sounds bad as XXX, yeah. So, yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else we missed. But yeah, America Chavez was in the trailer. Matter of fact, she was on the right with Wanda because she got that power like hot from universe to universe. So I guess she's gonna have some multiverse powers when she does her thing. So since they're developing Shang-Chi show, there's article saying they could be us bring back the Netflix shows most beloved character Colleen Wing. I'm like, what? Okay. Gay, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm about to say something just a second. Plus Disney Plus Robin Hard PG-13. Okay, Ronin Hard PG-13. Yeah. Okay. So I'm glad you brought that up with Colleen Wing because the actress who played Colleen Wing actually had a choice to audition for Shang-Chi. They gave her a choice to either audition for Shang-Chi or be in Matrix Resurrection. She chose Matrix Resurrection. So that's why she's not in the MCU anymore. So, but like I said, if Matrix takes off, then I guess she's like, screw the MCU. But yeah, that's the whole thing. But she wasn't going to be Colleen Wing and Shang-Chi. She probably wasn't going to be, I don't know, maybe Aquafina. I don't know, some shit. So maybe the sister. I don't know. So
someone who doesn't fight.
Right. I mean, but she knows how to fight, so they would have had to do something. But she wasn't going to be Colleen Wing. We know that much. Who the hell was Colleen Wing show? I'm shocked, Cliff. You don't want a Daughters of the Dragon? Come on, Cliff. You know you want that. You're thinking about it now, Cliff. You're like, wait a minute. No, I do want that.
You know you want Daughters. Like the guys from the Raid do the choreography or something.
Yeah, just like two badass chicks are doing this shit. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, man, I'm trying to think. Like I said, love the movie. I want to see it again, but like I said, I am a little bit scared of the Omarion, the Omicron. So I'm just like chill back, So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Cliff, come on. You know you want a Daughter of the Dragon, Cliff. No, you can lie to us, but don't lie to yourself. You know you want it.
Fan casting as the Daughters of the Dragon. We got
exactly. Cliff, you want a Daughters of the Dragon. Come on now. Oh man. Oh shit. Anything else we got or?
I mean, I dug on it more than I thought I would. See the movie twice.
Damn. Okay. Honestly, I literally couldn't see the movie more than once because I only had one day off since then, so I couldn't see it again if I wanted to. Plus, you can't get tickets. So yeah.
Yeah.
What do we got? Daughters of the Dragon sounds bad. It's like gory horror ninja assassin movie 2009. I mean, Daughters of the Dragon is licensed for money. That's the reason why Marvel won't sign over the rights to their characters anymore because they don't know what character will make them all kind of crazy ass money. Like Shang-Chi make them all kind of crazy ass money. Groot make them all kind of crazy ass money. Daughters of the Dragon done right will make them crazy ass money if it's done right.
If it's done right. I mean, you're talking about martial arts. Yeah, I mean, if it's Shang-Chi,
they're private detectives, martial arts,
Yeah,
two chicks, fine ass chicks kicking ass. Private detective.
I mean, I've never seen it, but they made a few Charlie's Angels movies, and that was pretty much kind of the same formula.
Yeah, I mean, you could do that. I mean,
but then the new
not.
Charlie's Angels, I heard no one saw that. But
Well, that's okay. That's
but
different
but if
because
you're taking Marvel characters, to make a Daughters of the Dragon movie work, you'd have to appeal to, I guess
the
a martial
male demographic.
action.
The male demographic. You gotta have fan service. You gotta have the male gaze. That's
Yeah,
why.
you're gonna have
Because
to have
that's
hot.
why
Yeah,
that's why Charlie's Angels was successful. Because you had them wearing all kind of fetish outfits, and Cameron Diaz, wearing like a little schoolgirl outfit and shit like that. So yeah, they had stuff like that. But the new one, not gonna say woke, but it was progressive, and people don't want to see that shit. They don't want progressive. They want girls in schoolgirl outfits. Give me that shit again.
yeah.
So, pass. Cliff, you want Daughters of the Dragon, Cliff. Why you lying to us? You want it. Imagine Heroes of the Hire. And funny thing is, Shang-Chi was a member of Heroes for Hire. So if they want to do like a crossover, backdoor pilot, they could do all those things, So I don't know. But yeah, Eli slept score on it. We ready to sleep score on it?
I'll give it a 4.5 out of 5.
4.5 out of 5. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna get one more. Let me see what Gabe got here.
It is the best MCU Spider-Man movie to me. Yeah.
If they can sponge Margot Robbie, they pull it off. Yeah, I guess they could. Let's see. Pitch Marvel Werewolf by Night. Isn't that coming? I thought that was coming.
They're doing like, I think they're doing something. It's going to be a Halloween special. I don't know if it's animated or not, but no, it's going to be live action.
I guess so. I give it 5 out of 5.
No shit.
Cliff, you know what? I'm a Cliff. Cliff, it's you and me this time. I know you always side with Eli. Nah, it's us this time. We riding together. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5. Because at the first I was like, is it a 4.5 out of 5? Is it about 5? Because here's the thing. Yes, like I said, the nostalgia factor for me puts that a 5 out of 5. Now I know for some people that'll knock it, but I'm a Spider-Man fan. They gave us something, we're not gonna see again. You gave us all the Spider-Man in one movie together, and their dynamic was great. I could just watch that all day.
Yeah, most of my shit is just stupid nitpicky shit, I mean,
and like I said, if you wanna nitpick this movie, you want to say it's there. You can do it. The plot is insane. Matter of fact, if you really dig into the plot, it doesn't even make any sense. Jamie Foxx, Electro, doesn't even know who Spider-Man is. So how is he here? But like I said, that's if you want to dig into it.
I just I got the same shit from Into the Spider-Verse. And I just that is true. That's all. That's basically it. That's all. It's like, this is just Into the Spider-Verse live action. I was way more blown away by Into the Spider-Verse. Yeah, this was fun too. But I mean, Into the Spider-Verse is like my favorite. Yeah.
No Kazar. We're not talking about Kazar.
Yeah. Dinosaurs that aren't in Jurassic Park, nobody gives a shit.
Right. We already canceled Tarzan. We don't need a Marvel version of Tarzan. No. Let's see. Spider.
That's a double-edged sword. Like, how do you do a Tarzan movie now? Like,
you can't. Do you know what happened when they did the last Tarzan movie? People went nuts. So they're like, "What the fuck, Tarzan?" Like, so make a Kazar version of Tarzan? No. No, not gonna happen. I'm not gonna get detail why you can't do it. We're just gonna leave it alone. We're just not gonna talk about it. Tarzan never happened. You're right. Like I said, this movie is almost like a live action version of Into the Spider-Verse. And I've heard the criticism. I even thought about the criticism. I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt because I do feel like the difficulty curve is harder because it's live action. Yes, a cartoon, you can do that. And plus we relate more to these characters with Andrew Garfield, with Tobey Maguire, because we know them. I don't know Japanese Spider-Girl. I don't know, Nicolas Cage, Spider-Man Noir. I don't know those people. I don't know Spider-Pig, awesome characters. But like I said, when you give me Toby, I grew up with that. So I know that, what do we got here? But like I said, I danced around between 4.5 and 5 out of 5. The plot is insane. The plot is insane. If you really, really dig into it, you'd be like, what? Like I said, it's pretty much just Doctor Strange does maggot shit to make the movie happen. That's what it is.
Pretty much.
Yeah. The web shooting conversation was hilarious. Yes.
Yeah, we talked
Yeah,
about
like
that earlier.
we talked about that earlier. Yeah, like I said, it was already an internet meme to begin with, so we knew that was going to happen.
But I also liked like the dynamic with the villains. You know how they cured Doc Ock right away, and he was like kind of good for a little bit, and yeah, and then
Almost
again,
like almost like what Superior Spider-Man, when he kind of turns good in the comics there.
yeah,
So did Sandman, because Sandman was an Avenger in the comics for like a hot minute, and then he transformed over. So yeah, I did like it that Dr. Octopus switched back over.
yeah.
What do we got here? Yeah. I was it. No, oh okay. So you were there. That's cool. Um yeah. Like I said, we can keep going, Eli, but I think we got enough show.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could talk about Hulk issue number 2. We'll talk about that later on. I don't care.
Do we need to? We don't really need to,
Not
do we?
no, we don't. We don't. Hulk beats up people.
In his
Keep it
head, in
strict.
his mind.
Oh yeah, it's all existential and yeah. I don't want to talk about that, but we'll talk about when issue number 3 comes out. Because Donny Cates gonna crank this shit out left and right.
Yeah.
Sony saved this movie. Uh, yeah, I keep expecting Mysterio to fake his death and appear in the 6. I almost kind of wish he did. I almost kind of wish he did fake his death and just show up at the end of it for no reason. Then you have a real Sinister Six movie, but that is what it is.
Or is Venom the 6th? You know.
Or is Venom the 6th? Or is J. Jonah Jameson the 6th member? Let's think outside the box. He caused just as much drama, for everybody else. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna wrap it up. We got comments coming in hot. We got people still rolling in the comments section. So to say, this movie's still popping in. But like I said, if you listen this long, definitely like, share, and subscribe. Share this sack. Like I said, we were gonna do like a PowerPoint presentation, but we just had like an open discussion this session. That's all. Which we need one every now and then. And next week, stick with us next week, because we will talk about Mexican Resurrection, and we will be more organized.
Oh, that's right. That
because
comes out this
yeah,
week. Huh?
because I'm gonna let Eli handle that part of the podcast.
Okay.
So.
Damn.
I mean,
Pressure.
it's
More
your
pressure.
It's your thing. I mean,
Okay.
Matrix is your thing.
Oh, he wants us to talk. I thought you said he didn't give a shit about. He
I
wanted
thought y'all
to
didn't want to talk about it. No, you know what? Everybody else said that. Jake actually come Eli, can't be already full of themselves. Yeah, man. Mysterio was awesome, but I don't know why people hate Mysterio. I thought he was an awesome villain, but yeah. But yeah, like I said, join us next week. We're not only we talk about Matrix Resurrection, we talk about the ending of Hawkeye. Because then what I'm hearing, chatter is saying that this is going to be the longest episode of any Marvel Disney Plus episode yet. Kingpin's going to be in it. They're going to go nuts. Hawkeye will have a whole new suit. So they got some stuff going to happen in that one. So appreciate everybody checking in the chat. Spread it out. Spread the love. Get us out there. Make some more comments. Talk about what you think about it also. Until then, this is what we got another one.
Leroy, or I mean Cliff back. Now that's the Cliff.
That's the Cliff we know.
That's the Cliff we know.
I thought you was a scroll for a second, Cliff. Okay, now I know you. All right. Well, until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
We'll talk to you guys next week. Same bullet time, same bullet channel.